Live from my house, it's Who Picked This Book Club. I've been wanting to do that for so long, you have no idea.
You realize you now have to start every live stream like that, right?
Done. It's a done deal, guys.
You're like, yes, absolutely, of course.
So introduce ourselves so we can just start talking.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole.
And it's Jen.
And we're here to discuss dun, 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 dun,
King of Scars. Well, it's actually technically both here. This is the naked cover, and it's beautiful. That's why I put them both up. Deal with it.
It's true. It's true. You're right.
If it's too glaring, just let me know, and I'll put it away.
No, I don't know. No, ma'am. You're good. All right. So I just had YouTube up so we could make sure that we are live. We are live and wonderful. And
woohoo!
I have sticky tabs on my boobs.
Spoiler alert, friends. I do not have discussion questions, so please ask questions throughout because I have failed the whole community, and I apologize.
Community as a whole.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm sad because Summer's not going to be here because she hasn't read this book. So.
Oh, bummer. Princess hasn't read it yet either, has she?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either.
And
so
she's taken a little social media hiatus for the time being. So.
Understandable.
It could just be me and you, lovely, which I'm okay with.
It's really going to get cut short then. We'll find things to talk about. We'll talk about the weather. The weather, it's 90s.
Oh, God, it's so hot. It's so hot already. Joe and I were putting the camper on the truck because we're going camping this weekend. And, oh, my gosh, just standing out there, I was like, it's
good
terrible.
thing I can't smell you. Smell you later. That's how you have to sign off with that.
Smell you later. Yeah, it's so hot. It's ridiculous. Like, really? Already? Really? And then after the discussion tonight, we are going to choose. Hi, it's Ron. Hi,
Ron. Hey, Ron. We got someone.
Yes. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, after the discussion tonight, we are going to be picking a new book series to dive into. So we have some suggestions that we're just going to put in a cup and then pick one randomly. So
I think it's going to be funny if we pick it out and we're just like, pick again.
Well, we do reserve that right. We can pick again.
We each get a veto.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch, we veto each other's, and then we're like, this third one, I think we should both veto that one. You know that's how it's going to go down, too.
Right. Well, some of these are rereads for some of us. Some of these are new reads, so it's,
I think the ones that I gave you are all brand new, and I tried to make sure there were ones that you haven't read.
Well, The Great Library, we both read the first book.
Okay, we read the first book, but we didn't read the series.
Correct. You're right. And it's been so long that we do need to reread the first book if we're going to continue on.
I was like, I'm going to have to reread it because I have nothing. Yeah. Laura!
Laura's here! Yay! She's part of our In Real Life book club. Laura. I
feel like we're going to have to do that every time someone new comes on now.
I know. Ron was here.
Summer's
we got to do a little dance for Ron. Yeah.
Every time going.
It's turned from book club to a rave real quick. It's awesome. Okay, this is getting amazing. Excuse me. We are friends. Rude.
We threw a party in your honor.
I know, right? It's like we were dancing for you and you're embarrassed. Come on. Ron's like, my dance was. You got one.
Nothing. We discussed nothing. It just started.
You just started. We've been on for 5 minutes.
I said, live from my house. It's Who Picked This Book Club. And that was it.
That is all we have discussed. Oh, that's so funny.
So,
But yeah, okay. I just wanted this book is just gorgeous. Look at it. I'm just like,
oh, and I put them both up.
And I painted my edges. I painted my edges black. So
you need to do what Kayla told you and fleck some gold on there because that would just make it epic.
That's what Laura said. Laura said.
Laura? I thought it was Kayla. Oh, sorry, Laura.
Yeah, Laura said. So the ending.
We're not there yet, Laura.
She just wants to get to the what's happening at this ending.
I think we did that for Ruin and Rising though, so it's not out of character for us to
we did that for Crooked Kingdom. We did that for Crooked Kingdom. We're like, excuse me, ending? And then this is the naked cover, and oh my god, I so love the map in the front. It's so detailed.
There's a map in the front?
Yes!
Hold on, friends.
You showed me it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did do that last week.
It's so much more detailed than the other books, and I love it.
Where did it go? I was like, what page is it? But that doesn't help.
The front? I don't know.
I did not show you this one. Oh, there's my name in the front of the book in Shuhan. It's next to Amrat Jen, but I don't know what that is. I'm just going to go with it and count it as a win.
See, there's Ketterdam. That's where we were at when we were reading.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really excited. She says, okay. She says, okay, fine. So the beginning. Still in love with Nikolai, his charm and his comeback. Of course. I love Nikolai so much.
You love him more than the Darkling, too.
I do. He deserves so much better than Zoya.
I like Zoya. I want them to just go hard.
Okay, because I immediately texted you. I was like 6 pages in, and I was just like, is Miss Bardugo seriously trying to make me A, like Zoya, B, ship her with Nikolai? Because it's not gonna happen.
It has to. Oh, and you knew it was going to happen. As soon as they were just like, oh, yeah, let's get cozy together because I've got to pretend that, like, this is why I'm bringing you back. I was like, I ship them. I do. I really do.
She's like, don't even go there, babe. Zoya is a maze cakes. No, I'm sorry. I didn't like her in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I didn't like her when she popped her head in unwanted in Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I don't care how much of your sob story like you tell me. I'm not gonna fucking no, it's not happening. Zoya has fixed back. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not true. They're very good with each other, but that does not mean that I like her at all. So
is that an unpopular opinion? I wonder. Do most people like her or do most people hate her?
I wanted to ask that on Twitter. I wanted to be like, okay, for those of you who have read Leigh Bardugo's work, how many of us like Zoya?
Create a poll because I like her.
Create a poll.
You may have to change that.
You may need to
there you go.
That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion, but
well, if everyone else has the wrong opinion, does that mean that our opinion is wrong or is it yours?
Your opinion's wrong. That's fine. It's my opinion, so it's right. I'm not saying she didn't grow up. She's still like, yes, she did grow up and she's like this really badass general or whatever. That's great. Great glow up queen. I commend you on that. I'm sorry. I still like you were a horrible person to my gal Alina, and it's not okay now.
But Alina likes her, so if Alina likes her now and her reasoning, so finding out her backstory in this and finding out her reasoning, like you can't hate her. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, you probably had a 0. She's got to be at least a 1 by now.
She's okay. She's like a 2.5 out of 10.
Well, see, there you go. There you go. So you like her more than you did originally. So I count that as a win.
That doesn't mean I like her. I like her more than I originally did, and I hated her with the passion of 1,000 suns. Now we're just on Mercury. Okay, it's fine.
We're getting closer. Should I read this before we get too far? Because we're going to forget.
Yes. Laura says she showed her soft side and why she is so pissed. You find out why she didn't like Lena. Of course, yeah, but is that justified? I don't think so.
I do.
Go. Okay, yes, you got to do your reading. Okay, go.
Oh, okay, friends. As we all know, I can't read out loud. 1, 2. This is a long one, like the longest one. And I got to remember to breathe because I don't do that, and then nobody's here, so if I pass out, I pass out. Someone call my sister.
There's actually 4 people watching, so.
Woohoo! Do any of them have a key to my house? Hopefully one of them. All right.
Like, somebody hurry up and get to Jen. She's about to hyperventilate.
All right, I'll try to breathe, but hopefully they don't have like a really long-winded sentence in here. So, face your demons or feed them. The boy king, the war hero, the prince with the demon curled inside his heart. Nikolai Lantsov has always had a gift for the impossible. The people of Ravka don't know what he... Oh my gosh, words already. So, the people of Ravka don't know what he endured in their bloody civil war, and he intends to keep it that way. Yet, with each day, a dark magic within him grows stronger, threatening to destroy all he has built. Zoya... Oh my, that's not happening. Zoya's last name, Navin... That one.
Nazialinsky?
There you go. Zoya has devoted her life to honing her deadly talents and rebuilding the Grisha army. Oh, Grisha army. This is the worst one. I apologize.
The worst one yet.
So despite their magical gifts, Zoya knows the Grisha cannot survive without Ravka as a place of sanctuary, and Ravka cannot survive a weakened king. Zoya will stop at nothing to help Nikolai secure the throne, but she also has new enemies to conquer in the battle to come. Far north, Nina Zenik wages her own kind of war against the people who would see the Grisha wiped from the earth forever. Burdened by grief. Oh my gosh. These words are too small. Burdened by grief, a terrifying power, Nina must face the pain of her past if she has any hope of defeating the dangers that await her on the ice. Ravka's king, Ravka's general, Ravka's spy. They will journey past the boundaries of science and superstition, of magic and faith, and risk everything to survive a broken nation. But some secrets are meant to stay buried, and some wounds aren't meant to heal.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, the reason why I yelled it is because it was all in caps. I didn't do that for dramatic effect. It was capitalized.
I mean, it's so dramatic. I never pronounced Zoya's last name. Yeah, no.
I mean, I can hear it in the audiobook, but I was going on about 3 speed to get through this one. So it goes real fast.
Honestly, like when I didn't remember her last name. Like I didn't remember them like actually saying her last name in the other book. So like when Nikolai started just like he called her by just her last name at one point, I was like, who are you talking to?
It makes me think of Princess Diaries being like, guys, wait up. Not you. I don't even know you.
I don't even know you.
Speaking of Princess Diaries, there's a line in this book where I think it was Zoya was telling Nikolai that he was late to a meeting. He's like, I'm the king. Everyone else is early. And I was just
you
like,
are early. What? Is that the Queen of Genovia? Oh my God.
Does anyone else really want to watch Princess Diaries 2 right now with Chris Pine?
Chris Pine, yes.
Let's live stream that after this.
Live
from my living room. It's
live from
movie.
This movie. So yeah, lots of things happened in this book, but then like it was like didn't happen. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I was just like, okay, like what is happening right now? Like they're doing like the freaking Bachelor like so he can find a bride.
No, we know there's a delay.
Oh, yeah.
We are aware.
Yes.
So we might have to backtrack. It's fine.
It's all right. Don't you worry. But yeah, so like I felt like yes, things did happen, but like they didn't happen.
Like they had a lot of plans for everything, so they're like, okay, 2 weeks this major event's gonna happen, and then so you have like little tiny moments. I don't feel like it was like the epic roller coaster that we've had the last couple of them. I think we've just been trying. I think what's happening in this particular book is that she's establishing kind of not the new world because we're all part of the same one, but it's more that she's building a backstory for the second one. I feel like for this particular series, and it doesn't happen often, that we're gonna like book 2 more than we're gonna like this one. Just because I feel like this was a good book to set a lot of stuff up, but it's just like you got attached to people in this book and then they got killed. Right. You know who I'm talking about.
People.
He got knifed.
He got knifed, for sure. But I was just like, oh God, like I was actually just trying to think like what the point of this book was. I'm not saying that to like I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it, but not as much as, you know, like Shadow and Bone or Six of Crows. You know, this was kind of like a mediocre book, which is like
surprising.
Yeah.
Especially for Leigh Bardugo.
Gonna like Zoya in book 2. I will eat my own tongue if that happens. Just so
don't say that, because we are on a recorded line, right? I will tell you what I tell people I work with. You are on a recorded line. Please make sure you are aware of what you are saying. Remember how every time we do a bookish awards at the end of the year, and you can go back year to year to year to see that I've screwed up every year?
Oh yeah.
You're like, this has happened every year. I'm like, I don't have it archived, but this was here in this one.
Laura says the book is setting the stage for Nikolai and Zoya's romance. Just saying. Oh, I totally understand that. That doesn't make it any
You're like, I'm not gonna
more
like
of
her.
A good book, you know. It's just like, okay, is that the entire point of this book, is just setting up a romance between those two? Because I could deal without. But
well, now we've got the Darkling in the mix, so we got to figure out what's happening there.
No, I was just like, okay, when they went into where the fold was and they were looking at this, I still actually kind of even know what that place was. Like, it was just like an island, like full of like, it was like a black island.
Yes, but the importance of that black island was that it was shaped like the Darkling symbol. So it was the sun being eclipsed by something. I wonder if it shows it in the map.
It wasn't a shadow, was it? It was like substance. It was like...
It was a bit of magic. Do we remember where it was? Because in this map, maybe it'll show it.
It was in the unseen.
Oh, the unseen.
Because that's right. Where the fold was. But it's just like this big black area.
I'm in the book again. L Gen. Haha. I don't know what they're trying to do with the L part, but I'll take the Gen again. Suckers.
Gen's in a book. Yeah, so it's just like this big black thingamajigger in the middle of the unseen. So I'm
really
just like,
cool if they showed it though, because it's supposed to be like an eclipse of It's the Darkling symbol, essentially, just his eclipse of the sun.
Right, yeah, but it's not a shadow. It's not like darkness that's surrounding them. It's actually like a piece of land.
Right, but it's like black, so it's supposed to be the significance, and it's what they're all using about, it's supposed to be, oh gosh, like they're not a cult, but what is it? So the new religion, or... What's the word I'm looking for?
They were following the Darkling.
New followers.
They wanted him to be like this, to be recognized as a saint or whatever. And Laura, I think yes, you're right. Like Zoya and Nikolai were on like a different plane of existence, because like she did something and everybody else just disappeared.
Yeah.
So yeah, which was kind of weird. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Like, I'm so confused. Well, they're still technically in the fold.
They were, but they were kind of like, here is like the current timeline or everybody's existence, and then they were just like, here.
They came back though.
They did, but I was just like, what is going on? Like, what is this? Like, you can't be introducing new people. Like, we were like already halfway through the book. I'm like, what are you doing? it's like the saints that were that people were quote unquote worshiping. So Juris was really nice. No, I didn't like Elizabetta or whatever her name was. Like,
was she the one for Isaac that was the other princess? No, she was
the other saint.
That's right. Not the dragon, but the one that betrays him.
Yes. And she was just like, yeah, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to have all my power. And then you are going to be toast.
Yeah.
And then, so they're just trying to funnel the Darkling's energy into Nikolai, because he still had, or the energy or the monster from Nikolai into the, which is another thing that I don't get, because first of all, like when they first killed the Darkling and the monster, quote unquote, left Nikolai and was just dormant for 3 years and then just now decided to come back, like,
Well, also you have to think like, okay, in any of these circumstances, they have to, like, we don't know that he just came back after 3 years. I think that they've had, it was fairly, my understanding of it was that fairly recently after everything went down, he thought it was gone, but then he woke up one day, like maybe a couple months later. I don't think it was a full 3 years. I think he woke up in a field, because they had mentioned it. He was in a field some 30 miles away, and then they brought him back, so they had to start like chaining him down. So I think this is something that's been going on for a fairly long time. So they were trying to figure out how to fix him.
Well, that wasn't my understanding, but because
that was in the beginning.
Right. Well, this book takes place 3 years after the end of Ronin Rising.
Right.
So, I didn't think that he'd been dealing with a monster. Like, I felt like the way they described it, it's that this was kind of like a new thing. Like, they thought it was gone, and it seemed pretty new. I mean, you can look it up. That's totally fine. What if
we predicted it that she might.
What if Alina comes back in book 2 and
you guys think he started showing? What am I reading? Am I reading a different book then? Like, I was under the impression.
I thought The Monster in Nick only recently started showing itself. That's what I thought too, Laura. And I was just like, why did it just now start coming back? If the Darkling's body had never been destroyed, if he was always being held in this plane of existence, and why did it just now start showing itself? I mean, that just seems like a very convenient plot device.
No, I think it was longer than that. I'm trying to remember
listening
when
to it on
they
3
talked
speed.
about. I'm trying to remember when they were talking about. Do you remember when they were chaining him down to go to sleep?
Yes.
Do you know specifically where that's at? Because I'm going to be going
probably
through this.
have it in.
It's an ally, guarding the Grisha, Zoya. Oh, hang on. Hang tight, friends. I think I found it by a miracle.
By a miracle.
She's 50. Who's 50?
Zoya, probably. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah, because they were talking about who they wanted for... Oh, that's right. They were trying to find him a princess. I'm sworn to protect you.
Like Yuri said, this was the year of the saints. Lizabetta said they were only recently able to exert themselves in our world. Okay. I would believe that.
I might have to find it later. Keep talking.
No, it's fine. So yeah, it just seemed like all this was just like Laura said. What did Laura say? Laura said, like, the setting of this book is to stage for Nikolai and Zoya's romance. That's the reason of the book, and to bring back the Darkling. So, but like, that didn't happen until bringing back the Darkling. That didn't happen until the very end of the book. So, meaning we had to go through 500 pages of nonsense to get to what the point of this book was. And so, by the way, your hair looks wonderful. Whose hair? Jen's hair? I know, it looks great.
Oh, thanks. I tried extra hard. I was kind of...
I love when you do the side braid like that.
I haven't done it in a while, but my hair's getting really long, and if I don't, there's like little hairs that come out of the bun, and I'm like, oh, Lord.
Lord have mercy. So I felt like this whole book, obviously, but like it just sets it up for like book 2, or maybe because it still says that it's the King of Scars duology. Like, maybe it's gonna do like the 6 of Crows, where they're gonna turn into 3 books. But I'm just like, hopefully, I don't know. I felt like whatever's gonna happen in book 2, this could have just been like maybe 100 pages smashed into book 2. I mean. But all right, I'll get it. Well, let's talk about Nina, because I love Nina.
I feel so bad for her.
I felt so bad for her. Oh my god. My poor little babies. Like, and she kept hearing, quote unquote, hearing Matthias's
but
voice
it
in her head,
wasn't
and it's not
Matthias.
him. Like,
It's these pregnant people that they just shoot up with all this other stuff. Both
ladies' hair. Book isn't filled with nonsense. We are meeting and falling in love. Speak for yourself. Group dynamic of Nick and his court, for example, Rhysand in the Court of Dreams. Okay.
I like that analogy. Not as well put through as maybe Court of Mist and Fury.
Yeah, it's not as well executed, but
I could
sure,
see it.
I could see it. Sure, with if I had, if I squint and like
you're like if I squint and close both eyes and just imagine.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see that.
It's right there.
It's right in front of me. I'm like talking so much trash. Like, I feel like you guys don't think I like this book. I did enjoy this book. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Nikolai and I love everything surrounding him except for Zoya. But
too bad she was part of the book.
Too bad like she had a whole lot of point of view chapters, and I'm like, oh great, Zoya. Nina kept hearing Matthias up until she realized that he wasn't there. Yeah.
Because in Crooked Kingdom he heard the wolves and went, oh.
And oh my God, right, I was so mad when Matthias's wolf like ran off because that girl like scared it away. And I'm just like, you're such a jerk. They could have been best friends.
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that she was just like gonna put him in the earth, and then when she goes, there was a shadow and it saved me. I was like, did Matthias pop out of the ground like a zombie? I would be okay with this.
I would be totally fine. I mean, his body was preserved, I'm just saying. But I so wanted her to keep the wolf. I didn't like that she was trying to set up a romance between her and Hannah, or however you say her name. I didn't like it.
I think it was Hannah.
And I'm just like, you know what? Let her just and they called her like a widow, like that's what they called her.
Yeah, I think she even had a ring on her finger.
They did.
Nina!
I honestly, you know what I much would have rather preferred, if that's a sentence.
Yeah, I'll take it. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I would have much rather Nina kind of, get over Matthias, even though that hurts me to say it.
Stop words. I know what you're gonna say. No.
And then her and Nikolai be together. I would have much rather preferred that than him and Zoya.
No, I don't think that they would make a good couple.
Well, it's better than Zoya. Home. Zoya is going to be. First of all, Zoya is nothing like Manon. No, we're going to pretend that you never said that. Jen, I'll bet a case of Guinness. I also do not want the romance between her and Hannah, although a very close friend, sister.
Wait, what are we betting a case of Guinness on? I think
I'm going to change my mind about Zoya. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
mean, yeah, okay. So I feel like you could have a slight change of heart, but I don't think because of how you've reacted in all of the other books that you've hated her. So I think that, I really don't think.
Exactly like No, she's not. No, she's not. We're going to pretend that never happened. We're just going to blank that out. We're just going to blank. How dare you
like we're just
respect Manon like that, first of all.
No, but I wouldn't. I mean, I would bet the case of Guinness because I know I'd win.
You think that I would end up liking Zoya?
No, she thinks that you would end up liking Zoya. My assumption, again, I thought that this has been going on for forever. So I'm assuming that the case of Guinness is I would win if you did
not to like Zoya, and then Lara would win if I would like Zoya. Okay, yeah, y'all take that bet, and Jen, there's a case of Guinness in your future, just so you're aware. Strong-willed, tough exterior, hurtful to friends, soft insides. Makes out with the king. Just saying. Okay, that could be like anybody's traits. Like,
I mean, she's got a strong case there for you.
I'm sorry. No. The main difference is that I actually like Manon, and she could step on my neck, and I would thank her. So.
I mean, you probably
could just
wouldn't
be
be
in
like
the other room.
But yeah, I know that how much you despise Zoya. So I don't. Is there any? Okay, so I have no discussion questions. Is there anything she could have done or could potentially do that would make you like her?
Not exist.
Okay, so if she died, I would lose a case of Guinness.
I would lose a case of. She could sacrifice herself for Nikolai. Then I would like her.
I have a feeling that's going to end up happening.
You think so? In book 2?
Yeah,
that would suck.
Yeah, she had it rough, yo.
Yeah, she
her backstory.
She did.
Hurt.
Like her backstory. Like I loved her aunt.
She
like,
was 9 years old, and they were gonna sell her off to an old man. He's gonna wait until she bleeds. I was like, oh, no.
Exactly. I was like, I threw up in my mouth. I was like, that is so disgusting, you dirty old man.
Listening to it fast, and I was like, that's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I've read Ninth House. Like, that's not happening.
She effing did sacrifice. I sacrifice meaning that she ends up dead. Thank you.
Death has to occur, Lara.
Nails
have to be in coffin. Mm-hmm. No mourners, no funerals. Not for Nina. Or not for Zoya. What would happen if Nina died?
I mean, I would be like, okay, maybe she'll be reunited with Matthias. Died up. That's a stretch. No.
But
that was really
the whole time. She's like, "Come
really
on, cool."
That was really cool, though. How like she basically became a new amplifier. Like she, that was so awesome. I was just like, "Hey, you're a winged thing, and now maybe Nikolai's winged thing could do winged thing stuff."
Then you'd like her. If it got paranormal and freaky, you would be like, yeah. Don't lie. Don't lie. There's a case of Guinness on the line.
Yeah, but you would lose it.
I know. That's why I want to know now if that's something that could be a contributing factor.
And
Guinness is life, okay?
And at the end of the book, does Nikolai still have the monster in him? I was kind of unclear on that.
My understanding, and again, I guess my understanding is not that good right now. I felt like it was no longer in him, and the reason being is that it went to Yuri, and now Yuri's all possessed with the Darkling.
Yes.
Oh.
Dragon romance scenes.
Nicole is all over that.
I would be all over dragon romance scenes. I'm also drinking Guinness right now.
Yes.
Oh, and she's saying Nick has the monster in him. We're understanding wrong, apparently. That's what I thought. I thought they were draining him to go into the Darkling, and then when the Darkling's body was destroyed, it went to Yuri.
Yeah. But he's the new vessel. So whatever part of the monster that lived within Nikolai, my understanding was that it was pushed into Yuri.
Correct. That's what my understanding was too.
But apparently Laura's telling us
we're wrong. So
I'm gonna need to reread this book again.
I know. I was just like, well,
no,
don't make me find quotes. Oh, okay.
I mean, I believe you.
I need the receipts. Okay.
I need the proof and the physical. But okay. So you physically read this book, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So I listened to it.
Uh-huh.
Were you surprised when the Darkling came back, or no?
Was I surprised? Yeah, because I didn't know what the heck was going on in this parallel plane of existence for the longest time. I'm like, who are you? Who are these people? What are they doing? Why is it Sandy? Who is this guy?
But did you have, like, before they told you that the Darkling was still, like, a piece of the Darkling essentially was still in Nikolai, did you know that? Did you guess that? Or is you just completely oblivious to it?
I was totally oblivious until they're like, here's the Darkling's body. I'm like, holy shit. Okay.
Okay, so I think part of it, I kind of guessed it, but listening to it, there's a part that, oh gosh, I think it was like in the first third of the book where Zoya confronts Nikolai in his darkling infestation or whatever that pterodactyl thing is.
The beast
The
form.
beast. There you go. And he says her name, or he says something, and the voice the narrator used was the darkling's voice. And then because Zoya was just like freaked out by him,
she even said like, I recognize that voice. I know whose voice that is. So it's just like, okay, so it's like,
well, that in combination with you being like, I need to talk to someone about this book. I'm like, something's gonna happen. I think with like the Darkling, because when I heard the voice, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna come back. But I would have had no clue how. I wouldn't have been like, yeah, they're gonna go onto an alternate plane and there's gonna be a dragon or whatever. So what was that big moment that you guys were talking about? Because you're like, oh, I got to a what the fuck moment, and I'm like, is that when the dragon showed up, or
no? I think it was
the very end.
When they when Elizabetta like betrayed them and had like the Darkling's body like all nice and preserved over there, and I was like, what? And then when and then at the very end when Isaac like just was dead, I thought for sure he would have made it.
He did such a good job.
I'm like, come on.
I loved it in the book where they're like, oh, he's never going to be able to pull off like hosting these people, and then he like says like a Nikolai line, and they're like, oh, shit,
Jenny was like, that was perfect.
It was wonderful.
I love Jenny and David. Oh my god, there was that scene where he was like, oh my god,
bookmark, and he's like, if you threaten my wife again, I'm gonna kill you. And she's like, I don't think you've ever threatened anyone for me before. And he's like, I haven't. And he
just like starts reading again. Yes, I love that.
I love them so much. It's wonderful.
I was like, oh my god, yes. Yeah, poor Isaac. What the heck for that crappy? I seriously?
He was so insecure. Oh, I felt so bad for him. And I wanted them to be together forever. And then we find out like she killed herself. And I was like, she killed the wrong person.
I'm just like, dude, what the heck? Like, I seriously, my dogs are barking, sorry. I seriously thought.
Like I'm really loud.
Huh?
My bad. I said, I feel like I'm screaming.
I feel like I'm screaming. Yeah, I feel like I'm screaming.
People are going to have to turn the volume down. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. I feel like when, I felt like, no, he couldn't die. Like, because I felt like Nick saw her pull the knife, so I felt like that was enough time for them to freaking do something, but they didn't. And then when they said that, oh, she has a heartbeat, but he doesn't, like, and I think it was from Zoya's point of view, and it was just like he wasn't moving, and she really didn't react to it, which makes sense because Zoya wasn't there, but Jenny was crying and all that stuff, and I was like, I felt like that particular scene could have been more powerful if it was from someone else's point of view. You guys are being normal loud.
Which is usually pretty loud.
Which is usually us yelling.
Thanks for keeping us in check, Laura.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I was like, if it gets too loud, let us know, and 20 seconds later we'll kick in.
Because I honestly couldn't believe that he was dead, because nothing, like, it didn't seem like that big of a deal in the book, and I think it was because it was just from Zoya's point of view. I felt like it would have hit harder if it was from like Jenny's point of view,
Or Tamara. I think was it Tamara that was still there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both the twins were.
Okay, I thought one of the twins died.
No, because they were both in this book.
Okay. Because I thought I remember him. So I'm gonna try and get Jack Ryan over here. Oh, he's gonna lay down. He's a little stinker doodle.
I think one of them got really hurt.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, and I just
in the last, not in.
It would have been in Ruin and Rising, I think. Yeah. I think they showed up in Six of Crooked Kingdom for like a half a second, but I don't think that they played a large enough role to die. It got really quiet, freaking me out.
No, I know. No worries, I don't hear. Oh, it's Jess. Hello, how are you? No worries, I don't hear any yelling. We were so worried because it got pretty heated when we were talking about how much I don't like Zoya. Okay, Jess, let me know. Do you like Zoya from King of Scars? Let us know.
Any of the books. If you didn't like her, maybe say you don't like her in one thing, but then you did in another book. Okay. we got to find out. Like, when did the love start? Nick didn't have the heart to tell her.
Oh, dang it. Come on, man.
I mean, that makes sense, though. I was just under the impression, but yeah. That's what I know. I should just quit.
What do I know? I don't know anything. You're just reviewing this damn book.
Okay. That I finished 45 minutes ago. I need to be so much better about reading these ahead of schedule, and I would love to physically read the books, but I think we're reading them too fast to do that.
Yeah, we are. We're booking these out. I mean, we read this whole series in a month.
Which is fine for me because most of them were a reread. But yeah, I feel like
this one was kind of a new. You didn't read this one before, so this was a new read for you.
But even at 3 speed, like I feel like I picked up all of the major points. Where some books I've never been able to do that before. But honestly, like I was starting to listen to it at 2.5, and they were just long enough that it was sort of slow. So
Jess is saying she hasn't read them, but she doesn't mind spoilers because she's not planning on reading them. Okay, but
well, I'm gonna take it that she likes Zoya. So holla!
Just say you don't like Zoya. Thanks.
Okay.
In Holmes' defense, I didn't like Zoya in the original trilogy. Okay, now you're talking some sense. I mean, come on. She was too hateful and hurtful, but now we're seeing from her point of view. Yeah, we get her terrible backstory.
I didn't like her in book 1. After that, like when she joined Alina, I was like, okay, I like because her and Genya had like a nice little sassy back and forth. I was much more into that, and I was like, okay, you're not terrible. I wouldn't say that I liked her at that point, but I didn't hate her.
When in book 1, completely hated her. Book 2 and book 3, I felt like she was with Alina strictly for convenience sake because I felt like she was on the self-preservation train and she would have went to whatever side would have gotten what would have won. And I don't feel like that's necessarily good. I just feel like that's smart. So yeah, Zoya is a really good, cunning, smart person. She's probably a Slytherin, which, but it's just like that doesn't make her a good person. Like
it doesn't. She's not a good person, but I still like her. She would make a good queen for Ravka.
Okay, sure.
Oh, hold on, I gotta go closer. Sorry, I don't know which way to come over here. Oh, you don't have your thing in the background. I was like, where is it?
I don't. I'm sorry, I didn't have time. I was hoping.
Failure. I blame Joe. Tell Joe that he owes me a Guinness.
I blame him too.
You're like, I'll take the other 5 Guinnesses, but
I know. Oh gosh.
So should we start on post-it notes?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna start looking and see which my first one is that we haven't really talked about. So like the first chapter from Dima's point of view, I'm like, who's Dima?
Okay, I was just like, Dima, who are you?
Dima. And then so when they were getting the monster into the coach, it's like they said, watch your head, your highness. And I was like, oh, so he's not cured of the monster. Okay. I was operating under very different circumstances. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so, next one is from Zoya. I think it's from Zoya's point of view because I don't think we get a Nikolai chapter until like kind of later.
For like page 90 or something.
But basically it's like, okay, the whole charade where it's like they're sleeping together and he like buries his face in her hair and inhaling deeply. It's like, how is it I smell like goose shit and cheap whiskey and you smell like you just ran through a meadow of wildflowers? And I'm like, y'all better stop. There is no way I'm shipping you two. Like, no, do not.
Oh, I shipped it hard.
Oh god, that's so like Zoya is so very passionate. She has it bottled up, and she felt the Darkling's betrayal more because of her passion. Okay, whatever. And hold on, let me hide that one. I think
Jeff said something. I think it was in response to me.
For it.
Maybe, I don't know.
Here it is. Found it. She's not a good person, but I still like her.
I mean, but it's true. You can have people that are just like you don't like, but you're like, I kind of like you.
Say page numbers. I have my book next to me. Okay. Page 26 was that one with the wildflower smell.
Maybe I should try and find that one. I'm gonna look for it. You keep going.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what my next post-it note is. Okay, yeah. So this is Nina, and she basically heard Matthias's head in her voice, or like voice in her head, and I'm like, oh, I'm not crying, you're crying. And Laura, that was page 32, and he said a man without honor, talking about one of the captains, because she's working undercover in Fierda, or however you say that country's name.
Frida, yeah.
Yeah,
Frida.
okay. So I'm just so, like, I'm still so distraught over Nina has to live alone. I'm so angry and sad. Oh. Yeah. I just wanted them to be happy. And it didn't happen.
No one can be happy.
No one can be happy. Absolutely not. Why would they be? Okay, so page 101. This is when they were chaining him to the bed because, you know, the monster could...
Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry. My bad.
Dirty girl. But you should see my... Okay, so it's like they're chaining him to the bed because the monster can...
Yeah, unhear it.
I know. You just can't, because my post-it note is like, I think I would like to have Nikolai chained to a bed at my mercy.
I would not turn that man down.
I was like, whoa, Jen, calm down.
Hey, I've had a Guinness. I'm feeling feisty.
Oh,
goodness.
Matthias forced Nina to live, and not only that, live with honor and kindness, especially to Fierda. Yeah, like he gave her that basically like mission to save his people because they were just operating under false, you know, pretenses. They were just like the soldiers in this army, they were being lied to, and they have Grisha in like those cages, and it's like, yeah. Like you gotta save them. And I'm like, oh my
god. Oh yeah.
So yeah, very, very sad. This is like a page 110, Laura. Basically Zoya is just giving us little snippets into her past, Zoya's past, I mean. Laura's saying, which is surreal when you realize it was Nina thinking like Matthias. Oh yeah, like it was her. She just wanted it to be Matthias because that's how she just knows that's how he would think, and so she wasn't ready to let him go, even though she was there to bury him.
Yeah,
she was not ready to let him go. So just having that voice in her head, even though it was completely her, it kind of helped her prepare herself, I guess. But yeah. Okay, my next post-it note, page 110. Zoya's just giving us little snippets of her past because Nikolai was just saying like tell me something about your childhood. It's like, should I tell you about the old man my mother wanted to marry me off to when I was 9? Should I tell you what happened on my wedding day, what they tried to do to me, the damage I left in my wake? And I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. But, like, no, you're not making me like Zoya, so you can just stop now. Thanks. Oh, yeah. And page 142, when she realizes that it was never Matthias's voice. It never had been. You were never here, she whispered, tears coming hard now. You were never here. All this time she had wanted to believe that he was still with her, but it had been her voice all along, talking herself through the silence, forcing herself to do the work of living when all she wanted to do was let go. Oh, my poor babies. It was so sad. So sad. 9.
Sorry, I must have missed something. So when I was reading this originally, I know that we're going back. I'm actually on page 89. I think it was more recent because there's a line in here where is it possible that it got stronger after so long? And they're like, not after it was dormant for so long. So I'm going to try and figure out specifically when. I think it's in the same area. But they were like, "Are we calling it a presence now? I preferred monster or demon. Even fiend had a nice ring." And then Zoya was like, "We can name it Maribel if you want." And I was like, "That's awesome." Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
But I was wrong, so I guess it is more recently. But I remember he was in a field that was 30 miles away for whatever reason.
Oh, Jess was saying, like, yeah, Zoya was 9 when she was basically sold to this person.
By her mother, no less.
By her mother.
And then her aunt was like,
until she was a woman, which is nasty.
I'm so grateful that the mom or the aunt was just like,
had some sense, had some brains in her head. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was bad.
My next post-it note was page 147, and that was just the scene with David and Jenya threatening death to the person. Yeah, and I was like, a death threat has never been so sexy. I'm like, it's like, if you upset my wife again, I will kill you where you stand. I'm like, I just love, because he's so David, like, he's so bookish. And like, he's so bookish and so like nerdy, and like there was actually a scene where I think I have a post-it note for it. I'm not sure, but basically, when they were leaving, and she's and the other gal that worked with David, she was like, "You better bring me back some goggles." And her wife was like,
Nadia.
She was like, "I was hoping it was going to be something more romantic." And David's like, "What's more romantic than goggles?"
Yeah, they were like on the same page.
So funny.
They were adorable.
Oh, it's like she's read other novels like that, and they didn't wait. So yeah. Yikes.
Thankfully, she got out.
Thankfully, yeah. That's when she discovered her Grisha powers, and yeah.
Good time to discover that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like this, I feel like this book doesn't take place in like ancient times. So like 9 years old. Come on, like, that's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Yeah. Oh yeah, here I did have a post-it note for it. The goggles. I just laughed. I was like, bah! It better be new goggles, said Nadia. I was thinking of something more romantic. David frowned. What's more romantic than goggles? They're so oblivious. Like, they just like, because that's what they're passionate about. So like, they probably love new goggles.
New goggles to them. Oh, it makes me think of that quote that I read the last time, the one about love. Like, there are so many people that will buy you flowers, but only one boy or whatever will learn your favorite song or your favorite flower or whatever. And so it's just like, I'm sure they would have been like, oh, goggles is what they would have preferred over, a diamond bracelet.
Right. Flowers.
Because what's a diamond bracelet going to do? They're going to burn it down and be like, this will be good for refracting, or I could chisel away something at this. Right.
They'll just use it for their science projects.
They would definitely not wear it the way it's intended. They would destroy it. I could just see them like immediately get their little, this probably better than I do. Is it torch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Go for it. I'm going to stop and keep drinking.
When Zoya's amplifier was shattered, I felt a little bit bad for her.
I feel like that's a win. I think you like her 3.5 now. That's gotta mean something. You had feeling. Maybe in that moment, it was maybe even closer to a 4. In that moment only.
I was just like, I honestly just highlighted her amplifier had shattered, and then I'm like, that sucks.
I'm gonna take that as a win.
Like, that sucks. Anyway, moving on. Oh, this is when Isaac first comes onto the scene. I'm like, who? Who is this? How are we halfway through the book and you're introducing new people? What?
Yeah, I did the same thing too. I was just, as soon as they did that, because I was mopping at the time, because I was trying to find something to do where I could like turn it up to a faster speed. And they're like, and then Isaac, and I was like, who this be? New phone, who this?
New phone, who this? Who are you?
I literally had to stop and go to my phone, and I was like, is this a new character? Like, how far into this are we?
Oh my gosh. Should I buy Joe new goggles or in his case a new brake pad or new suspension? New suspension is expensive. I'm not sure if you want to be that,
Oh goodness.
Wait, what? You felt bad for Zoya? I'm going to win the bet.
This is mine, Lara. You owe me this.
No.
Although we do have to decide, do we want the glass bottles or do we want the cans? A case of which one?
Glass bottles.
Well, okay, I thought glass bottles, but let me just tell you, I feel like you get more Guinness out of a can.
Well, it depends on how many ounces it is.
I'm
Because
gonna
they have the tall
that.
boys, the tall boy cans, where the bottles just come in the one size.
True.
But I don't know. I like the taste of beer from bottles better. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I can hear my cat, and he's definitely getting into something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I need to go yell at him or not.
You can go, yeah.
No, I'm not going to leave.
Oh,
We're in the middle
of
a live stream. I was just trying to determine whether he was going to get, like, really into whatever he was going to get into.
I just meant that you could go and see what he's getting into, but then come back.
It's not that important.
All right, this other...
Squirrel. Yes!
Squirrel! Honestly, that is exactly what she was like.
So I don't know if you guys have kids or pets, but you definitely know, like, you hear a sound and you're just like, wait a minute. The 2 books are 20 is ways in the book the bet goes on.
That's not fair. That's like, did you want to make stipulations on if it's the end of this duology or the end of the Grisha series?
True.
Indefinitely. So
I'm gonna try and corral him again for a sneak preview. Keep going with your next post-it note.
Okay, my next post-it note is when that gal Leonie, I think that's how you say her name,
Maybe.
She's with Nina in Fjerdan.
There you go.
Fjerda, whatever.
Just gets it. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it for sure only a duology? That's what it says on Goodreads, but Six of Crows was a duology and now a third book is coming out, so we don't know anything. Everything is, I don't know. It's up in the air. But, okay, so when Leonie was saying how the Grisha that helped her pull poison from her body.
Yeah.
That's how Jesper's mother died, right?
I think so, yeah.
But the last name isn't Jesper's mom's last name, or is it?
Oh, what was the last name again?
Aditi Healy?
No, I don't think that would have been it.
So I was like, as I was reading it, I was just like, that sounds really familiar. Like, that's how Jesper's mother died, because she was a healer and she died trying to save a gal who was poisoned from well water. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think something very similar killed her. So it'd be interesting to find out if that was true, but I don't think the last name is... I don't think that's the last name.
It's like word for word, like how Jesper's mother died. And so I was just like, oh, is that Jesper's mom? And then it's like she took on her last name to honor her. No, she's like, Healy, you were related? And she's like, no, I took her family name and I swore I would honor her sacrifice. And I was like, well, that's not Jesper's last name. And I'm just just wondering if maybe Jesper's mom didn't take the dad's last name. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I want to investigate more, but I was just like, that's like word for word how Jesper's mom died. So
pull a Charlene Kenyon. Although she didn't copy paste, she maybe changed a couple words.
Everything, I know, right? Everything is connected.
Yeah, what is their maiden name?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking. Laura, find out. That's your homework. What is Jesper's mom's maiden name? Okay. Okay, so this is Zoya's point of view, page 398, Lara. Yeah, I know. Well, that one where about the Jesper's mom, was 316. I just haven't been saying pages, sorry.
Come on, Nicole, you had one job.
Oh, I had multiple jobs, first of all. She says, oh, sheesh. Yes, you didn't know the live stream came with homework. So, Okay, so this is when, Zoya's point of view, when things were going down with the Darkling and her aunt died.
Wait, her aunt died?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, the family, the place. Sorry, I got
her aunt died. Did Jen read the book? I don't even know.
No, okay. I was
no,
still
you
stuck
didn't.
on when you were talking about the Darkling and the way, I don't remember what you specifically said again, but you phrased it in a dirty way, and so I chuckled. And then I missed it, and then the aunt died, and I was like, oh, yeah, what? Oh, yeah, uh-huh, mm-hmm.
Things were going down with the Darkling, that's what I said.
And that's where I just chuckled to myself.
That's when your mind just, squirrel! So, yeah, that was pretty sad. I felt bad about the aunt dying just because I actually like Zoya's aunt more than I like Zoya. And I've only known Zoya's aunt for 20 pages.
I know, I still liked her.
But, yeah, that was pretty. And then, oh, gosh, yeah. She's, like, sobbing, and this asshat walks by. Smile, girl, we're still alive. Oh, my God, what a horrible time to tell a woman to smile. I was like, okay, what?
And then she, like, sucks the air out of her. She's just like, I'll tell you a happy story.
Oh, yeah, it's like, smile for me. Tell me again about hope, she commanded as his eyes watered and his face turned red. I was like, you suck it. I was like, don't you really dare.
I think deep down you do have feelings for Zoya.
Intense hatred.
It doesn't sound like it.
But, hatred isn't the opposite of love, indifference is. Like, if I was indifferent about Zoya, then, yeah, I would be like, oh, I don't really care about Zoya. But I hate Zoya. So it's like hate, love, two sides of the same coin kind of thing. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Okay, so this was kind of like angry me talking. I know it just seems like angry me was talking for this whole live stream, but so
just a little bit.
This is page 415, and this is basically when Nikolai was just like, I made this doctrine saying, like, if I perish, you're going to be, the general. Yeah. And okay, so
you're like, let me tell you how I feel about that.
Yeah, so the exact paragraph is, in that moment he wished things might have been different, that he might not die tomorrow, that he could be led by his heart instead of duty, because Zoya was not kind and she was not easy, but she was already a queen. And I'm like, if this is some bullshit attempt at stupid ass foreshadowing, I ain't buying it. Stop trying to make me ship them.
I mean, I feel like it's go to the Twitterverse, ask it around.
Twitterverse. I know, I'm gonna make a poll. Like, do we like Zoya? I mean, it's not gonna change my opinion, but I just want to see how in the minority am I. And oh yeah, okay. My next one here is page 447, when Elizaveta just betrays them, and she was like, that's the Darkling's body, the one true king of Ravka. I'm like, I don't like you anymore.
You're like, I know, it's just starting to come on your side. Yeah, I was starting to like you more than Zoya, and now no.
I'm like, you it's like you were helping them, for him to control freaking Laura. She's already a queen. Start shipping them. Get on that. No. No. It's not gonna happen. No. And like, I was like, okay, she was helping Nikolai, like, maybe control the monster, that he didn't have to, like, be chained to his bed every night, even though I'm not opposed. I mean, but no, then she had to be like Liar McLiar face.
Liar McLiar face.
And this is okay, and then this is page 503, Zoya's point of view, where Isaac is just dead, and I'm like, wait, he died? I'm like, wait, what? It's not cool.
You're like, he can't die. That's not okay. Die? You introduced him halfway through the book. He's at least gonna make it halfway through the next one.
I know.
Although we did start out Six of Crows with Joust, and he didn't make it past the first chapter.
Yeah, just one chapter. That was sad. I was like, who's this guy? I'm like, okay, good thing I didn't get attached because he died.
I just don't remember that. She's got brown eyes. What should I rhyme her brown eyes with?
Oh
The
my
brownie.
God. I know.
The brownie.
I know, it's like some deep chocolate or like cat's fur or something like that. I'm just like, what? Idiot. And then when the very last paragraph, so many of my old friends gathered in one place, said the darkling from the mouth of a loyal, gullible boy, another fool who had loved him. It's good to be home. I'm like, really? That's how you're gonna end this book? That's how? Oh. I felt like this was a lot of book for just like stuff to go down like this much over here. That's it. That's all that mattered in this book.
True that.
So yeah, those are all my post-its. Any last thing, Lara, you want to talk about? Because then we're gonna pick the next series that we're gonna start reading. Next week we're reading The Language of Thorns and the Darkling novella. So that's next Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Sorry, I was going to say on that note, there was a line that they said in Six of Crows, and they said it in this book again, which made me think heavily of Language of Thorns, but it was, do you know the best way to find Grisha who don't want to be found? Look for miracles and listen to bedtime stories. So
why add the phrase gullible? Oh, did you mean just for the kid? Yeah, it's just context of the book where this guy was just like a blind follower of the Darkling who is a bad guy.
I mean, he kind of, he wasn't like the worst. I feel like he tried, like they tried to put him in prison for a couple so they tried to put him in prison for a few days, and then he was like, I forgot about you, sorry, like things were happening. And then he kind of seemed like he was going to be on Nikolai's team, like he finally was seeing what the Darkling was all about. He just didn't care that, you know, he was a terrible human being. So it's not that he was going to be like the pit of all evil.
And he was even saying like to Nikolai, it's like, you're a good person. Like he was Nikolai, you're a good person. And then he still, I don't know,
turned on them. Yeah. For sure. Okay, sorry. Finish your thought about the next series.
No, it's fine. I was just saying next week we're doing Language of Thorns and the Darkling novella. And then we have to have a new series to read and review. So we're going to do that today.
Hopefully they've got audiobooks.
So y'all
otherwise it's going to get rough.
So y'all have time to prepare and read some books if you can't read a book a week like we've been doing.
Yeah, or we're just going to have to check and see the availability.
Right. So it was a slow start for me as well. I didn't get into this book immediately. True. Yeah, absolutely. Like I felt like for like Six of Crows and for, you know, like The Shadow and Bone and everything, I was sucked in immediately. This book I was just like, okay, what is the point? I don't understand.
I feel like had Kaz been in this book, it would have been epic. I like how they mentioned him a couple times.
If Kaz was in any book, I would love it. So.
True statement.
No truer words have been spoken. Okay, so I got the series recommendations.
Did you get the ones that I added like 20 minutes before the show?
I did. Yes, I did. Lara, the effing Darkling. Worse than Tamlin because he betrayed me worse than Tamlin. So effing pissed he's back. I don't know. I think I hate Tamlin more than I hate the Darkling.
I'm gonna agree on that one. Just even for me, who wanted Favorite to end up with Tamlin, all of Akamath.
Oh my god, you were on that. That was a bandwagon you were on. Even while reading Akamath, you did not want to think that Rhysand was even the slightest bit of a nice person.
Immediately reread that book and changed my mind. But yeah, oh.
Kaz would have totally helped the book. What if Kaz likes?
No. Kaz and Inej 120 million %.
Yeah. Zoya can just go fly a kite. She can take a long walk off of a short bridge and just give us, the rest.
I would immediately go into hating Zoya if she took over Kaz and Inej. I'd be like, no.
Thank you.
Laura, why you gotta bring off the angst right now?
Now you're making us both hate Zoya.
the fact, Laura, you were supposed to help me. Oh.
Okay, so we got the books.
Right.
So we got Radiance by Grace Draven. Laura read this. So not love, admires.
I mean, I think they kind of were due.
I did not say love.
You said likes, which implies that there could be love feelings eventually, and that's just not acceptable. It's Kaz and Inej. They're like 2 peas in a pod that's laced with fire and spikes and death. I don't know.
Shackles.
Got dark real fast.
So dark. Next we have No Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It's been on my TBR for like 6 years. So I feel like I was like, I've got all the books. They're super pretty. Those are one of the books where I actually bought it because I like the cover. I don't even know what they're about, to be 100% honest with you.
I don't either. But the covers are so pretty. Laura's like, yes, Radiance. Yes.
It might be a veto.
No, you're going to read it. Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan.
Have you read that before?
I've read the first book.
I've read like 4 of them. I'm just...
Kaz and Inej belong together. Thank you. Something we can agree on. Their names are written in the stars.
I agree. 100%. He brought her parents back. The book attracted me again.
I know. Oh, I know. That just warmed my heart that he brought her parents to.
Is my tie straight? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Your whole body's straight. Thank you.
Take off your gloves. They're going to want to shake your hand. Don't do that. That's too much too fast.
Put your gloves back on.
Baby steps.
The Selection series by Kara Cass. That's how you say that name, right? I don't know.
10-book series? What? There's 10 of them?
There's 10 books, and then there's the spin-off series, which we don't have to read. That's fine. I know I have these books. I have these books, and I need to read them. So, The Bone Witch by Rinch Pecco.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Which covers are gorgeous too.
They are.
Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young.
Yeah, because
I have another Adrienne Young book. I read.
Are they?
Huh?
Are they? I don't know if she. I can't think of any of her other books. So I'm gonna Google her or Goodreads her right now.
I think there's one about the girl the ocean gave back or something like that.
That's book 2 of Sky in the Deep.
Oh, okay, got it. Great. So I bought book 2. Perfect. I need to get book 1.
Well, and I have both of them too. So I was just like, ooh, I could do this.
Yeah. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Leonie Taylor.
That's a 3-book. That's all out.
The Great Library by Rachel Kane. What were you saying?
I was going to say, we might want to check to see if all of these series have concluded before we start, but...
Most of them have, yes.
I think so.
Bone Witch, yes. Percy Jackson, yes. Selection, yes.
I try to pick ones that have been on my TBR the longest.
Vampire Academy. I know that's a reread for you, but I have not read that series.
I haven't read it
because I have all of those books.
I haven't read it in like 6 years, so I would say it's going to be fresh for me pretty much because after about an hour, I probably don't remember half the book. So
there you go. And then Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. That was suggested by Summer. I know you just reread that, so feel free to veto if you don't.
I only read books 1 and 2, and I was going to read 3, so I would not be opposed to that.
Okay.
Yeah, just like
Rose is the best. I love it. I know, that's what I'm hearing. I hear like this series is great. So I don't know why I slept on this series for so long. I've had these books for like 10 years, so I might as well freaking read them. All right, so I put them in my little Harry Potter mug, which is
shake it good. Wait, hold on. Let's get some music.
I can't shake it at the top.
I don't know if I have. Oh, hold on. I got a good song.
Of course, Laura's like Throne of Glass.
Hold on. Oh, no, that's not what I spelled.
It's not what you spelled. Frozen.
It's going to get real.
Probably have to cut that off for copyright purposes. I know, right?
I'm like, I
don't own anything.
We don't own
anything. I don't even own my life, okay? Come on. Okay, so I shook it. I shook it.
I can't watch.
You can't watch. Okay, hold on.
Pick a good
Okay,
one.
wait. I can't look in. Okay, I got one. Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh.
Let's make sure that there's some audiobooks because otherwise it's going to be real hard. I didn't look that up.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Because we both don't know anything about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that the covers are pretty.
Hang on, I'm looking it up on the library.
Okay.
Oh dang. So it's ebooks only. It's gonna be a rough one for me. I own the book, so that's gonna be fine.
Well, how many books are in this series?
3.
3. Okay. And
oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read the synopsis, and then we can decide if we want to veto or if we want to pick a second one, and then see if we want to like. Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is so much reading. We know I'm not good with reading. Did anybody watch the beginning? It was rough. Okay.
Did anybody? I was here for it. Yeah, I did watch it.
Okay. So, a striking fantasy tale of dark magic, dangerous politics, and discovering your true self. Perfect for fans of Game of Thrones, An Ember in the Ashes, and A Court of Thorns and Roses. Those good start.
Yeah, I like all of those. Yes.
So 16 years ago, the King of Winter was conquered and its citizens enslaved, leaving them without magic or monarch. Now the Winterians' only hope for freedom is the 8 survivors who managed to escape and who have been waiting for the opportunity to steal back Winter's magic and rebuild the kingdom ever since. Orphaned as an infant during Winter's defeat, Mira has lived her whole life as a refugee, training to be a warrior and desperately in love with her best friend, Winter's future king. She would do anything to help Winter rise to power again. Does anyone else get like Cinder vibes on this? Okay.
100%. Yeah.
So when scouts discover the location of the ancient locket that can restore Winter's magic, Mira decides to go after it herself, only to find herself thrust into a world of magic, evil magic, and dangerous politics, and ultimately comes to realize that her destiny is never and has been. Whoa, that was bad. And ultimately comes to realize that her destiny is not, never has been, her own.
Dang.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
It does sound interesting. Do you want me to pick another one and see, or do you want to?
It's up to you. Because there's no audiobook version of it, and I feel like if it's not an audiobook, my life is going to be hell.
Okay, got one. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Leonie Taylor.
I could do either, honestly. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I had the first 2 on audiobook, and I can put the third one on a wait list immediately, and I think it's actually fairly... So you would be able to do that one. Hang tight. Okay. Hang tight.
Yeah, I mean, we can... Let's do Daughter of Smoke and Bone, because I know we've both been wanting to read that for a while.
I think it's been on my TBR for decades.
For decades.
Ooh! Go on right now. Daughter of Smoke and Bone is available on audiobook. Go.
Going.
Oh, Blood and Starlight is also available. Yeah, this one will be easier because it's been out for a little bit longer. So we would be able to read them quicker.
Okay. Yep. Let's do
and we can still go with the week-to-week thing because, when we want to like push, when we have like vacations and stuff where we've got multiple weeks.
Yeah.
We can do the other one.
I just borrowed the first one.
Woo! We also have to figure out the date.
Oh, yeah.
So May 6th is our Seaside Mystery, so it can't be that one. It would be... Actually, hang tight. I gotta get my little Post-it note thing here. So we don't mix with our real-life book club.
Mm-hmm.
So May 13th is the next book club in real life.
In real life.
The Firebird, for anyone who wants to read that. It's not a sequel to The Winter Sea, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot we were doing that.
So it'll be May 20th.
May 20th is when we start?
Yeah, that would be when this one is. That's a Wednesday.
Okay.
Unless we wanted to really go for life and do it on a Thursday. I know that we've been doing these on Wednesdays, but Wednesday the 6th is your Seaside Mystery, so we would be talking about that one. So we could technically do that Thursday with an audiobook.
Yeah, we could.
I don't have a pen, so text me.
So you want to do Daughter of Smoke and Bone on May 7th.
7th, because it's a Thursday. Okay. Write it in your calendars, friends. It's a Thursday. Thursday, May 7th.
Thursday. I'm writing it down right now. Hold on.
The third day. Monday, 1 day, Tuesday, 2 day, Wednesday, what, where, what? Thursday, the third day. If you watch Friends, you know what I'm talking about. Laura's going to laugh. I'm waiting for it. There's a 20-second delay here, but don't fail me, Laura.
Yep. Okay. All right. Perfect. Got it.
And then we can do the second one on the 20th, so we can just do that.
Okay.
Oh, no. Hold on, because we're doing these weeklies. I'm thinking bi-weekly.
Oh, yeah. So the third one would be the 20th. Laura's like, I was laughing.
Yes. Okay, so my bad. I was thinking every other week, friends. Okay, so we would do the 7th, May 7th, which is a Thursday.
Okay.
For the first one.
Okay.
May 7th. So that would be, what's the 13th? The 13th, let me grab my phone real fast.
I know.
I think the 13th is a Wednesday. So we would actually have, wait, I am on the right month. So we would have another Thursday for 14th. So we don't interfere with our other book club.
Okay. And
then we would finish. We could do the 20th, or we could continue to go with.
Let's do a Thursday again. 21st.
Thursday again, 21st. 7, 14, and 21. And then if you want us to keep reading other series, I am actually really kind of interested in the selection. I want to do this one first.
Yeah.
But I have all of the selection books, so if we want to maybe just plan ahead for that. Or I don't mind the lottery. The lottery would also be wonderful. Everyone tell us your thoughts. Do you want a lottery?
Do you want us to choose again like this, or do we want to just make an executive decision saying after Daughter of Smoke and Bone, we read the selection? Let us know. All right.
Oh, hold on. Hannah Banana cover is... What? Laura, go to the digital library. It's free.
It's free from the library.
The hardcover.
Are you looking on Amazon? Why are you looking at hardcover?
First of all, second of all, once Goodwill opens up, just go into literally any of them. They're always there.
Yes.
Or Bookman's. Do Bookman's instead. Goodwill will still be here. Bookman's we have to support.
That's true.
Sorry.
100%.
Think about your local bookstore, friends.
Think about it.
Our sponsor for today's live stream, which is not a sponsor at all, is every local bookstore across the universe.
Like we do not have a sponsor.
That's why I didn't name one specifically. I started with Bookman's, but whatever your local bookstore is. I can't wait to go shopping.
It's going to be amazing.
Pick Radiance. No! I don't want to read that right now.
Why not?
Because there are so many books that I haven't read that are on my bookshelf. Like, this will get rid of 3 books off. Actually, it's only 2. I only own 2.
I hate you so much right now.
No, you don't. You love me to pieces, and you will admit it.
Okay, I love you, but I'm very angry. I'm just putting these books in my calendar so I don't forget.
That's okay. I'm going to have to write them on my calendar. These ones stay pretty much the same. We've also said it live now, so I feel obligated that it's not going to change.
It's not.
Unless if we have other things that pop up.
Unless we make another executive decision.
But that's only like if something pops up and like one of us is sick or we've got, a trip that we need to get out of our house for whatever reason.
Which we will let peeps know. Okay. All right, so everything is added. We got the next series planned. I'm excited. Alrighty. Me
too. So, this will finally get books off my list from 2016. 2014, I think, actually.
That's why I like doing this, because I have been meaning to read. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, moving you. I've been meaning to read like Leigh Bardugo's books for such a long time. Like Jen and I have talked about this, probably in every single live stream I've said, like, I need to read her books.
Because I'm always talking about, I follow her on Instagram. She's wonderful. Sorry, I had to make that line because I feel like if we're doing a Leigh Bardugo one and I don't say that I'm just letting everyone down.
You are letting everyone down. So it's like having the live streams and letting people know this is the book we're reading, this is the book we're reviewing, holds me accountable. I've set it into the live stream, so it's gotta happen. So it's like it's definitely holding me accountable, and I really thank Jen for doing this with me, and I thank all of my viewers. You guys are wonderful. I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And I'm almost at 900 subscribers. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When did we start? What did we start at? Do you remember?
When we first started doing this, I was at like 820.
800, right? 20, yeah.
820-ish, yeah. So yeah, I'm almost at 900 subscribers. So I feel like when I do hit 900 subscribers, I should do another giveaway. I like doing giveaways. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's plan for that. 900 subscribers giveaway.
Giveaway or a special live stream where we just sit and talk. We should do a Mary Kiss Cliff on one of these. Like you come up with female names or male names. I come up with female or male names, and then we just pick things. Okay. Yes. 900 subscriber giveaway. I'm just writing it down so I don't forget. So we don't forget. So what are we at specifically right this moment? Can you tell?
881 is where I'm at.
Yes. We got 19 to go.
19.
Maybe I'll get on YouTube and I'll be 901.
Get on there, girl. Get on. I can't believe you don't have a YouTube sign in. Like that's like really weird to me.
I had one, but it was a shared one for when I was in film school, so I don't really use it.
Thanks, Jess.
But I don't even know what my name would be other than Jen, and I feel like that might be stolen. Bitches, whoever that may be.
How dare you have my same name? Oh, goodness. Alrighty, everyone. So next week we are doing Language of Thorns and the Darkling novella, Demon in the Woods. Okay, thank you.
It's supposed to be like 30 pages.
Done. Okay. And so, yeah, next Wednesday, 6 p.m. And then, yeah. And then prepare for Daughter of Smoke and Bone in May. Prepare. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been great. Laura, thank you so much for all your comments. You're a great discussion buddy, even though I don't like Zoya and you do. It's fine.
I like Zoya too. We're going to get on. I'm going to make her put it on Twitter. I don't know how to make a post on Twitter. I can just tweet at Wild Earth. That's my Wild Earth plug for today too. Wild Earth. If you guys don't know, you have to watch Wild Earth live. They go on safari twice a day. It's so much fun. You get to see wild
animals. Any name has been used more than once if it's the usual style one. So who cares? Just use it. Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. At 900, I'll join YouTube.
Oh.
I will literally not post anything.
Thank you. That's okay. That's how you can comment on people's stuff is under your name. So you have to have there's a fly in here. Sorry.
How dare that fly ruin our live stream? Doesn't it know?
Ruined. All right, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Okay.
See you later. Bye.